The 3D revolve effect inside of Illustrator takes a profile of a shape and then revolves it 360 degrees around an axis. It does so from the leftmost part of the object. In this particular example here, I have a file open called 3D revolve. You'll find it in chapter 14 of your exercise files. And the goal here will be to create a frisbee. Hey, if you're out on the beach and you want to throw something around, why not let it be a frisbee? So just to give you an idea of what I did here, I started by first creating a guide. Now I added this guide here just so that I get a visual representation of where that axis is going to be. The shape that I create is now going to be on the right side of that particular guide, and it's going to butt up right against it. That way, when it is revolved, I'm going to get a full 360 degrees around that particular axis, giving me the shape of a three-dimensional frisbee. I'll go ahead and I'll select this particular shape. Again, it's a profile. Imagine if you kind of sliced a frisbee right through the middle, you would basically see this, and all I need is half of it, because the 3D effect is going to create the entire 360 degrees of it for me automatically. So I'll go up to the Effect menu. I'll choose 3D Revolve. Let me bring the dialog box out over here, and I click on the Preview button. And you can see that now I have that frisbee automatically created. Just like I was doing before with Extrude, I'm able to click on this icon right here and kind of adjust that 3D shape in 3D space. I can view it from different angles, for example, like this, or if I want to view the bottom of it, I can kind of see the bottom of that as well. And again, it's a true 3D object that I can see right here being generated inside of Illustrator, and I can, of course, at any time add additional lights to control the highlights and the shading. Let me move some of this around, give myself a nice little highlight on the end over there, and then click OK, and that's how you can create a 3D shape using the revolve effect inside of Illustrator. Now, it's important to remember that the 3D revolve effect works by taking the profile of a shape and then revolving it. For example, you wouldn't be using the revolve effect on text because that just wouldn't make sense as far as the way that it works. But of course, the revolve effect works best on objects that are cylindrical in nature. For example, a bottle of water or a can of soda, so on and so forth. You may even find that the revolve effect is great for working on little teeny illustration items. For example, a straw or maybe a pencil or a pen. Just one thing to keep in mind, again, in this particular shape over here that I created, if I go into outline mode, you'll see that that's what that particular shape looks like. The appearance of that is with 3D, but remember this shape itself had a red fill but no stroke applied to it. So you want to make sure that when you are working inside of Illustrator, especially when using revolve objects, to stay away from using strokes and only using fills in your objects.